What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chicago Sam Fox, aka the Fox Simone, back with another episode. That round of applause is because this episode is for my LGBTQ community plus, okay? I know there's probably a letter missing, y'all, but guess what? I have not been updated, and I ain't do no research, so don't be mad at me, okay? I just know that I love y'all because I would say at one point in time I was a part of the family, but I really still am. I am a bisexual female, and I just want to say thank you to any and all of my fans who, if you're straight, bi, curious, any of the above, live your life, be yourself, be happy, baby. Because at the end of the day, it does not matter who you, especially if you're young right now, it matters as long as they're clean. So let me go ahead and put that out there. It matters as long as they're clean. But right now, it don't matter who you lay down with. Just don't make it too many people, if you ask me. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not telling nobody's child what to do. Don't judge me. Judge a bald-headed ass mama that's laying up with Mr. Earl from down the street working at the gas station. Okay? We're not going to talk about me. Well, we is going to talk about me, but we really here to talk about everybody, okay? And love is love, and how it is in the air, y'all. It's the end of Pride Month here in Chicago. Today is June. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Had to clear my throat a little bit. 2, 3, 4. Am I the only one, real quick, the only one who loves to see when time falls at a certain specific time? Because, like, I know how they say something about the numbers, like something about if you keep seeing the same numbers over and over again, that it means something. I keep seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now, it is 2:34. Friday, June 28th, 2024. Okay? I keep seeing 2:34, and it was, sometimes I see 12:34, so I don't know if it's my circadian rhythm, with the time of the day, and I just happen to catch it, or if that actually means something. So y'all let me know. Y'all let me know on WhatsApp. Y'all let me know on Facebook. Y'all let me know on Instagram. And y'all let me know on X, on What Does the Fox Say podcast, social media pages. Also, we are on Threads with my personal account, Sam Fox. So y'all check us out. And actually, I will be posting a link to the Snapchat. Now, my Snapchat is my personal page. It is not my comedy page or nothing like that. It's not for the podcast, but it is my personal page. I do have 2 separate pages for the Facebook. My Facebook is the Fox Simone. The podcast's Facebook is, of course, What Does the Fox Say podcast. Instagram, Sam_Fox. Or I think it's Chicago_Sam Fox, but my profile page do say Sam Fox. So let's get to it, because I think I spent enough time on the intro. Anyway, so out and proud. Again, I am a bisexual female, and can I just honestly say it took me a long time to understand what I am sexually. You know what I mean? Because I spent a lot of time growing up not trusting men. I had some really, 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 really bad experiences with men. And this does not say that all men are bad, because times are changing. And I can honestly say us as a race of humans, it doesn't matter if you're black, if you're white, if you're Asian, if you're Arabic, if you're, a puppy. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of us are holding each other accountable. So things are not as bad as they used to be. Not saying that things are not bad. I'm not trying to negate anything that's going on, because there's still a lot of hate crime going on out there. It's still a lot of kids killing themselves because they don't know where they are in life. People still being bullied for their sexuality. And why? That's for anybody who out here hating on somebody who loving themselves, okay? Love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, baby, I'm here to help you love yourself. It's people out here like me. We love, baby. Trust me, there are plenty of straight people out here in the world who don't give a rat about who you sleeping with. And for all the church people, Bible thumpers, Jehovah's Witness, and everything under the sun, don't worry about them people, because if whoever you praise and pray to at night, I guarantee you, they're not condemning you because of who you're sleeping with. Maybe condemning you because of some other choices you made. But anyway, so it's Pride Month here in Chicago. We are out and proud. I am a bisexual female. I currently have a son. I am single until somebody puts a ring on my finger. I say that because when you file your paperwork, it asks you, are you single, married, blase, blase. So I may be dealing with somebody, but technically on paper, I'm single. I'm not out here looking, but I'm just letting y'all know Pride is going down. I ain't trying to be no little freak-a-leak, and I ain't trying to get my freak on, but I'm definitely finna be out here turned up. Downtown, not downtown, north side Chicago. Boys Town is where it's at, baby. The parade, if I'm not mistaken, will be starting between 9 and 10. Pretty sure it's going to be 10 because, it's the Pride Parade. Because it's any parade. Most parades, if I'm not mistaken, don't start till like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So if you want to be out there bright and early for the parade, I suggest you get your pom-poms, get your tents, get your chairs, get your barbecue grills, get your beads, get your gay friend from down the street, get your shirt that say I'm not gay, but my friend from down the street is. Get your shirt that say I'm not gay, but my son is. Get your shirt that say I'm not gay, but my daughter is. Get your merchandise. Get whatever you need to support the family, baby. Get your gay flags. Get your gay capes, because that day is the day to save a gay. Okay. Pride Day. Well, this is Pride Month. But I say Pride Day is the day to save a gay, baby. Put your cape on and let's do it. Let's have a motherfucking ball because it's finna be lit. It's finna be lit. I know I'm finna be out here. So if you see a girl with a patchwork 2-piece, like literally my whole outfit is made out of stitched together patches of different colors. So there's going to be blue, there's going to be orange, there's going to be red, there's going to be purple, there's going to be yellow, there's going to be green. I am literally going to be walking down the street like a human rainbow, okay? And even my shoes are going to be rainbow. My shirt, baby, it's going to be lit. That's all I do with it. That I do? No, baby. It's finna be lit, okay? Now, I just gotta ask some of y'all. I know this show isn't recording live. I did attempt to record it live, so that means that I just have to record somewhere else, like on my YouTube channel, which I will start doing. I know I've said that before, but y'all, I'm telling y'all, being a mom is exhausting, okay? Like, cause son, having one is ridiculous. It's crazy. So for those of you out there who have more than one child, bless your heart. Bless your heart, because I don't think I could have not a nail. I'm just saying. But anyway, how old were you when you realized that you were different? I want to know, y'all. How old were you when you realized that you were different? I want y'all to comment on our What Does the Fox Say podcast Facebook page. I'm going to post a page. I'm going to post a video, and I want y'all to comment under the video. And I want to kind of do some kind of contest. I wish I could do some kind of contest where I give away a gift basket or something. I might do that with the next episode, but not this episode. You know what? I think I will do a contest. Whoever can find me in Boys Town, I will buy you a drink. If you can find me somewhere in Boys Town and take a selfie with me and post it on our What Does the Fox Facebook page, or at least tag us, like and follow and tag me, the host of What Does the Fox Say podcast, for LGBTQ plus episode. It needs to have the caption LGBTQ plus episode. Okay? I will post the specifics on the Facebook page. All right. But how old were you when you knew that you liked what you like? Because the whole point of the LGBTQ is not just like in the same sex. I think the P is what I'm forgetting. LGBTQp plus. like pansexual. I think that's the word I was missing, the letter I was missing. But how did you know? When did you know? When did you know? Because to be honest, for me, I want to honestly say finally that my upbringing pushed me toward women. I think I already was fond of women. I mean, because what's not to like? We're beautiful. Our bodies, mwah, hello. What's not to like? But I was not abused by a woman. So in my mind, it made me feel like women were more safe than men, and we were freaking gorgeous. Like, to be honest, I love looking at a woman's body. I was kind of obsessed with my body. Even at a young age, I was very insecure about my body, but I loved being a girl. I loved seeing other girls. I never initiated any kind of contact unless a girl initiated contact with me. I can honestly say that. So my first experience with a girl was probably around 10 or 11. It's so funny. I had this friend, this neighbor, Ramona. Hey, Ramona, girl. I don't even know if she gay now. I don't even know if she's any part of the family. She could be a stud. She could be a transgender. I don't know what's going on in Ramona's life because I have not seen her since we lived on 35th and Cottage Grove, Chicago, Illinois. Okay, I'm just saying. I have not seen that girl, but she was one of the first people to initiate contact with me. And then after that, I had a few experiences with a few different people. Like, it was never back to back. It was always spread out, like a year. It would always seem like once every year. I had a situation where a girl would express to me that she liked me, or that I was cute, and I mean, because there was always boys in my face. But to be honest, I did not trust boys. I did not like boys. A boy couldn't even walk up in my face and tell me hi, y'all. Let me just say that. Let me just say that. Like, a boy could not walk up in my face and tell me nothing. I didn't want to hear nothing from no boy. And then my mama was on it about boys. Oh, you can't have no boyfriend. You can't have a boy that's a friend. You can't even have a boy neighbor, baby. She was running away the neighbors, okay? But by then, I was already introduced to what, sexuality was, boyfriends, girlfriends. I didn't know everything. Of course, nobody knows everything by the time they turn 12 or whatever. But like, baby, my mama was worried about the wrong shit at the wrong time. Because it was like, you worried about these boys. You need to be worried about these little girls trying to fill me up in the bathroom, talking about, listen, what's going on? Okay, like, I had some sleepovers, and I had this one girl. I don't want to say her name because I know she know me. I know her. And I know we still friends on social media. But she know who, girl, you know who I'm talking about. This girl came, spent the night over my house, y'all. I had a little slumber party. I want to say it was around my birthday, but it may have just been a summer thing. I can't remember all the details, but it may have been just a summer thing. But I remember that little girl was on my heels, okay? She was just like, she was the first girl. She was the first person to kiss me and put their tongue in my mouth. So it was my first French kiss. And I was so confused because I honestly did not like her bubblegum toothpaste. I didn't like it. And I still don't like it. Even with other kids, when I smell bubblegum or cotton candy scent flavor on anybody, I can't stand it. And that's why I don't even like being around other people's kids that much. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love the kids. I love the children. I would do anything for a kid, but at the same time, keep your damn kids over there. I'm just saying, I got my own now, and baby, listen, I love my child, but I promise you he won't get nothing cotton candy or bubble gum from me unless it's one of these little suckers or something that he can eat real quick and, whatever. But that's not neither here nor there. So, why did you come out? I mean, not why. When did you come out? When did you know? How old were you? That was the first question. When did you know? And I want to also know, when did you come out about your sexuality? If you're lesbian, if you're gay, if you're bisexual, male or female, if you're transgender, male or female, queer, pansexual. You know, when did you know? When did you come out? When and why? When did you feel like it was time to come out? When? And do you ever feel like you were in the closet about it? Do you ever feel like people knew? Do you ever feel like there was always this underlying thing where you knew or somebody knew? Or did it just spring on you? Did you just try it one day and you say, hey, I think this may be my thing? Like, I genuinely really want to know, y'all. Like, what was your mindset about it? You know what I'm saying? How old were you? When and how? Because I want to know. Because for me, it was like I said, it was around the age of 9, 10, 11, around those years. And I didn't necessarily come out because most of my family expressed disdain for it. I had one cousin that I knew liked girls, but she never flaunted it around anybody. I've never seen her with a girl in public. And it's funny because this same cousin went on Ricky Lake to tell this man that she liked him and he didn't like her. Well, he didn't like her like that. He liked her, but he was like, I think he was more so embarrassed at the fact that he came on his show. And yeah, that's what he came for. But anyway, when did you come? I mean, you know, like I was young. I was real young. And I remember the first time I thought I had like a girlfriend type of situation going on. There was this girl that I liked a lot. It's so funny because we're not friends on social media, but you know what? I feel like I want to find this girl. I feel like if I'm not mistaken, her name was Sylvia Johnson. Was it Sylvia? Or it may have just been a girl in my class named Sylvia. I remember the girl. I lived at 3742 South Van Sam. And my mom had a friend, and this friend had 2 children. One, I don't remember the boy's real name, but his nickname was Sweet Pea. And I don't know why he called that boy Sweet Pea, because he didn't seem like he had a gay bone in his body, but I guess that was something cute his mama thought was just so cute. Little Sweet Pea. And then there was the daughter. And I really want to say that her name was either Ariel or Sylvia. It's so crazy. It's so crazy how we don't remember these minor details. But to me, it was so major because I used to love saying her name. Like, it used to just roll off the tongue. And I really think it was Ariel. I really do think it was Ariel. And I remember we used to go to school every day. Like, I was so obsessed with this girl. And I remember we were in the same grade. So this was about 6th grade. Yeah, this was about fifth or 6th grade. And I'm new in the neighborhood. And I was told that I had to walk to school with these other girls. Now, for some reason, I didn't like the other girls. They seemed like mean girls. And I'm not a mean girl kind of person. I've never been a click mean girl kind of person. So I didn't want to walk to school with them. Plus, I felt like they were trying to bully me because they didn't know me. Like, they was trying to be nice, like real life mean girls. Like, they were trying to bully me into being like them. And they used to always ask me, like, why you don't talk? Why you don't say nothing? Why you not cracking jokes with the rest? Why you not laughing with the rest of us? And I used to be in my head like, because you just is not funny. Like, the stuff y'all say, the stuff that y'all obsessed over these boys. I was not. They were obsessed about being cute and their hair. I was not. Like, I cared about being clean. That was it. Like, I didn't care if my hair was freshly pressed. I just cared that my hair was clean and in a ponytail. I didn't care if I had on the flyest shoes because I didn't grow up that way. I didn't have name brand stuff. I just cared that my shoestrings was clean right with my shoes. You feel me? Like, I didn't care if I had on the newest purse. Back at the time, apple bottoms was popular, so a lot of these girls was changing their clothes at school so people could see their clothes. A lot of these girls were changing their hair. Y'all know how it is, and y'all know how it is. But anyway, so I didn't want to walk to school with those girls. I wanted to walk to school with Ariel. And I really want to say that that's her name. If that's not your name, Ariel, I'm so sorry. Because, girl, when I tell you I was so obsessed with you, I don't know where this girl is at in the world. But if you just so happen to come across my podcast, I just want you to reach out and say hi. That's it, because I just want to see how time has changed, because this girl could be married with children and have a big old family, like nowhere near liking girls. But yeah, so she was actually my second kiss from a girl. Especially, there was no tongue, but there was feelings happening on the inside of me, baby, that I didn't understand. I understood, but I didn't understand them, because it was a girl. So in some ways I was thinking, like, is a girl supposed to make me feel like this? Because it feels great. And there was some times where I would hear people make fun of gay people, like, oh no, I'm not supposed to feel like that toward a girl. But I couldn't help that she made, I mean, I could have stopped hanging with her. I could have stopped walking to school with her. But why? I had so much negative going on in my life. It was like, even as a kid, like, why would I, neglect myself of the one person who makes me feel good about myself every day? And she doesn't even have to open her mouth. She never touched me inappropriately. I mean, there was one time where I got caught sitting on her lap, and her mom told my mom, but I think they both brushed it off as maybe they're just playing around, like kids being kids, which we were. I swear there was nothing sexual intended when we got caught, because she was getting ready for school and I was sitting in the chair waiting on her like I normally did. And she came down. She never did this before. She came downstairs in her tank top and like some boxer looking shorts. And I remember it was the first time I actually seen a girl in tank top and boxers. And in my mind, I still thought she was gorgeous. And she had her hair pressed out, and I was just like, she come downstairs looking like that, girl, what? She was just so adorable to me. And I was sitting in front of the TV Guide channel, because back in the day, y'all know, we didn't always have regular TV. Like, it was not always something on TV. Like, there was like 4 or 5 channels that was just TV Guide. That early in the morning, like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, it was nothing on TV. It was just TV Guide to let you know what was on what channel. So in the mornings, I would be waiting on her watching the TV Guide channel. Not like I was finna be watching TV anyway. I was finna be at school, but it was like I had to keep my mind occupied, because this is somebody else's house. I'm not finna be flipping through their channels waiting on her. And plus, honestly, my TV was watching her come down the stairs every morning. I had a thing for this girl, okay? Watching her, even with her brother, watching her fully dressed in her school uniform with her hair freshly pressed out. Honey, you couldn't tell me nothing. And I remember one day she had this like windbreaker type of jacket on, and I just kept thinking to myself, we just gonna float away. Like, her jacket is gonna turn into a hot air balloon, and we just gonna float away, and we just gonna be happy, and we just gonna sit in the clouds and cuddle and hold hands and kiss, probably, like, because that was all I knew, was holding hands and kiss and cuddle and hug. Like, that's all I knew. That's all I wanted from her. Like, I didn't want her to say anything, even though she had the best voice I ever heard. Like, her voice literally sounded like an angel to me. She didn't have one of those high squeaky voices, and it wasn't low. She didn't sound like a boy. It was right in between, like mine. Like, on occasion, I have to make myself speak real cute or whatever, because sometimes I could have a little bit of a raspy voice, and she had a voice that was similar to mine. Like, we kind of sounded alike. It wasn't real girly. It wasn't real deep. It was just like, when she talked, I could feel vibrations. And that's how I knew I liked girls, for sure. Like, when this girl opened her arms to give me a hug, it literally felt like hugging and a pillow, an angel. It was just like, every time I embraced this girl, every day, every time I saw her on the weekend, like, we would, and that's how I knew I liked her for real. We never hung out on the weekend. It was because, and I think we had like this unconscious thing that people knew that we liked each other, especially classmates our age. They knew that we liked each other. They just couldn't explain what kind of relationship we had, because we never did anything public. We didn't really do a lot in private, to be honest. It was like always sneaking a little kiss here, or sneaking and holding hands, or all the kids, we would be holding all our siblings siblings' hands to cross the street, so it would look normal if we were still holding hands and be like, oh, I just forgot to let her hand go. And I mean, obviously, some people caught on to that, like, girl, you ain't just forget, you holding that girl hand, like, y'all like each other. But whatever. Yeah, it's crazy. Also, I want to know if anybody know how the rainbow flag came about. Like, how did the rainbow flag become our thing? I'm actually about to look it up, but I was just wondering if I could give anybody a chance to tap in and let me know on Facebook real quick. But I'm literally typing it into my podcast. My Google. Tapping it in right now because I want to know how it originated. Okay, so on Google it says, on Wikipedia it says, the rainbow flag or pride flag is a symbol of LGBT pride and LGBT social movements. The colors reflect the diversity of the LGBT community and the spectrum of human sexuality and gender. I kind of figured that's what it was. Using the rainbow flag as a symbol of LGBT pride began in San Francisco, California, but eventually became common at the LGBT rights events worldwide. Okay. So they adopted the custom of carrying the flag in 1978, and it became introduced publicly 1979. And yeah, it is a symbol of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer pansexual pride. So it says that it was originally devised by the artists Gilbert Baker Lynn Sergelblum. That's two separate people. Gilbert Baker and Lynn Sergelblum, James McNamara, and other activists. The design underwent several revisions after its debut in 1978 and continues to inspire variations because there are several different pride flags. There's the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple flag, the regular rainbow, and then there's the lighter colors with the black, brown, the light pink, and so forth. LGBT people and allies currently use the rainbow flag and many rainbow-themed items and color schemes as an outward symbol of their individuality, identity, or support. There are derivations of the red. Listen, I ain't read that word in so long I forgot how to pronounce it, and my son scraped up the tablet, y'all, so it has a big piece of tape across that part. I couldn't see if that I was okay. Listen, don't judge me, judge your mama down the street with Uncle Earl, okay? I'm just saying. Yeah, there are derivations of the rainbow flag that are used to focus attention on specific causes or groups with community, e.g., transgender people fighting with the AIDS epidemic, inclusion of LGBT people of color. In addition to the rainbow, many other flags and symbols are used to communicate specific identities within the LGBT community. Okay? So, with that being said, what flag do you wave? Because for me, it is just every once in a while, I do like to show the one with the black and the brown on there because I want to make sure that I'm representing my black and brown gays. Hello. But I do consider myself bisexual. Back then, I considered myself straight. And I went through a different periods of my sexuality. There was straight for me, I knew I liked girls. I knew I had interactions with girls, but I had never openly came out. I had never openly came out, but when I did openly come out, I considered myself just lesbian because I didn't want to deal with men, and then it became a reverse, and then it was I'm only dealing with girls, but I'll dabble with men, and that's when I came out completely as lesbian. I was like, okay, I cut all men off. At one point, it was no men at all, only girls, and there was stages in that too. At first, I would not date girls who use straps and all of that. It was just, lips and fingertips and maybe a vibrator here or there. And then it was, okay, I guess we could use whatever we want to use. And then it became, okay, I'm just with who I like. Like, if I feel like I have a vibe with you, male or female, then that's who I'm going to be with. And that's actually how I ended up with my son, because he didn't seem like my type, to be honest. He really was not somebody that I sought out. It just happened. I knew him for a very long time, and I was fresh out of a abusive relationship with another girl, and and then COVID, to be honest, we spent a lot of time together, and everybody was effing around during COVID. Like, I'm just saying, everybody was doing the thing in COVID, okay? So I'm not saying like, oh, that made me less gay. To be honest, I still love women. I still crave being with a woman. Like, our energy is unmatched. Our physical being is like, being with a woman is so completely different from being with a man. Like, there is nothing that a woman can do for me that a man can. And there's nothing that a man can do for me that a woman can. They are so different to me. They are the passion when we, talk, the difference in conversation, the energy in the air, and even the way we touch. It's so different. Like, I hate when people be like, oh, sex is just sex. It's really not. It's so much more than just sex. It's so much more than just sex. But yeah, being with a woman is so different from being with a man. I feel like when I'm with a woman, I naturally open up in all ways, especially sexually. Like, I want a woman to grab me and turn me every which way but loose. But for some reason, when I'm with men or a man, I am not as open, and I usually try to go with the flow of whatever they're doing, because, to be honest, I find myself still having uncomfortable moments, not intentionally. Sometimes it just be weird. It just come over me, and it just be crazy, and I just be like, why am I feeling like this? Like, why can't I be as open sexually or mentally or emotionally with a man that I can be with a woman? I don't know what it is. And it's like, I feel safe with this person, but he can't touch me like her, and he can't kiss me like her, and he will never understand me like her. And I'm not talking about her as an individual, her as in general, like women in general. Another topic I did want to get into is, me personally, I don't think that kids should be that exposed to, I think they should grow up. That one is a double standard for me, honestly, because now that I have a kid, even when I didn't have a kid, I still felt like it's, in general, gay or straight things that you should not do and allow around children. However, it's different when the kids are growing up in a household that is that way. Like, you grow up in a household with two fathers, or you grow up in a household with two moms. So it's kind of hard to have an opinion on that, because at one point I dated a girl who had a kid. I dated several girls who had kids. It's different, and it's hard to wrap your mind around it. So I can only imagine how it is for two guys to wrap their mind around raising a kid together. Like, you have to really love that person in order to be able to share that kind of lifestyle with a child, and have to be prepared mentally to explain that lifestyle, not only to your children, but to your family, your friends. It's some people who are blessed with not having to explain that. Some people just get it. Some kids just grow up knowing, like, it doesn't matter that there's two of you, or in some households there are multiple men and women, like, sister wives and all of that. So it's like, how do you explain any of that? So, but I do kind of want to know, first, some people, like, at what age do you express like when your kids ask you, what do you think is the most appropriate age to have that conversation? Because, I mean, at some point, I'm going to have the sexual conversation with my son, whether he's straight, gay, whatever. Like, I don't know what he's going to be when he grows up. He's only 2 years old. And sometimes I sit and think about that, like, oh, Lord, I could have a grandchild or I could have a gay son. And I'll be happy either way, but I don't know what that journey is going to be like when the time comes. At what age do you think you can have those conversations? That takes me back to one of my first episodes. Who's having the talk with the kids? Is it mom? Is it dad? Is it both of you? Is it both moms? Is it both dads? Is it the school counselor? Because I didn't have the talk when I was growing up. And I think that's why I was so confused sexually, because I didn't have the talk with anybody. It was more so accusations and questions. Oh, are you fucking? Are you, this, that? I guess when you turn certain age, you hit puberty. It was never, are you interested? Are you feeling any kind of way? Are you thinking any kind of way? It was just straight up, are you fucking? That's why you acting like this? You fucking? And it was just so aggressive for me. So my sexuality was really confused because also, like I said, I didn't trust men because of what I had went through. But when I was coming up, it was just constantly thrown in my face. Like, you can't have a boyfriend. You can't talk to boys. You can't have friends who are boys. I don't want no boys around you. And it was like, okay, well, I guess I don't have a choice but to like girls. Even though, like I said, I gravitated toward girls, but it was more so like, I guess I don't have a choice. I can't talk to boys. I can't have a boy around me. And it was always boys around me, which was crazy. But it was just like, okay. And when I started to become sexually active, it seemed like if I came out and said that it was a boy, I was going to die. But when I came out and said that it was a girl, everybody was like, what? You like girls? Oh, I kind of already knew. But it was like, did you kind of know that you pushed me into that? More so than I would have been on my own. So that's another thing like I want to ask. Do you think that even if you are straight or gay or living in a married, relationship, open, whatever, do you think that it is you or others around you influencing your child to be gay or straight? Because I do. I don't want to say that's necessarily you or them or whatever. I'm just saying it's really out there these days. It's really, really out there. Really, really out there. And, I kind of just want to know what it's like for y'all. I kind of just really want to know what it's like. Anybody else over here thinking the way I think about the double standards, the household with children, and you're gay or bisexual? Like, what is it like? Because I may one day have to deal with that. Like, if me and my son's father or whoever, it doesn't ever work out. Like, if I decide to never be with a man again, like, I want to know from other people's perspective. I'm still probably do what I want to do, but I still want to know. I'm curious about what other people's day in a life is like. Like, what goes on, and how do you manage? How do you manage? Because I've only dated, I would say, about 2 or 3 girls with kids. I only had one live-in situation where I was actually living with a girl who had a kid. And it was always strange to me because sometimes it would be like, oh, you have to listen to what she says. You have to listen because that's my girlfriend with me. Like, oh, that's my girlfriend. You got to listen to what she say too. But then there were times where I felt like I couldn't say anything. Like, I'm pretty much just there to be your partner. I'm not there to be their extra parent. Because that's what the dynamic was when I got there. So I just followed along that dynamic. So I want to know, LGBTQp plus community, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And again, that is What Does the Fox Say Podcast on Facebook. What Does the Fox Say Podcast on Instagram. Also, What Does the Fox Say Podcast on X, formerly known as Twitter. We are on Threads, Sam Fox. My personal Instagram, Chicago Sam Fox. My personal Facebook, The Fox Simone. And Just tell me what y'all think. What's going on out there? Happy Pride Month to everybody around the world, especially in Chicago. This Sunday is our day, baby. We turn it up. It's finna be lit. So get your freak on, get your boogie on. It's raining men, it's raining women. And like I said, if you can spot me somewhere and you have to say, are you the Fox Simone? I will buy you a drink. I will buy you a drink. And it won't be over $20. So don't come on here and be like, well, you said you was going to buy me a drink. It's that damn $20 limit. Don't bring your ass up in my face talking about I want this $100 drink. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. Happy Pride, y'all.